In this video, we're going to talk about how to reconcile a bank account. It's one of the most basic functions in QuickBooks. And for the time being, it's a semi-manual process. Sometimes you can speed it up by connecting the banks and only entering transactions that were downloaded through the bank. And in the near future, Intuit will have all sorts of AI that might automate this process. But for the time being, for a lot of us, it is a manual process. So to reconcile the bank, we're going to click on the gear menu, and then we're going to click on Reconcile. In the Reconcile screen, you're going to have a drop-down menu that basically allows you to choose which account in your chart of accounts you want to reconcile. So let's say I want to reconcile my Chase checking 7635. I'll click on that. Now, generally, you're going to have a beginning balance. So it depends on whether this account has been reconciled before, or when you created the account, you created a beginning balance in the first place. Now, I'm going to switch over to the bank statement. Let's just make the assumption that April 1st, 2025, is the first month I am going to reconcile. So as long as the beginning balances match, 132,027.25, it matches here, we're good to go. You will also notice that the last statement date is ending on 3/31/2025. So generally speaking, if the next statement I'm going to do is April 1st, then naturally March 31st of the previous month would be the last one. Now, there's going to be other content about beginning balances and fixing beginning balances. So at this time, I'm just focused on, I got to reconcile the next month. How you got there, that's going to be a different story. Many QuickBooks files are sort of a hot mess, and you won't have the benefit of having this clean beginning balance. So again, we'll focus other videos on that. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to enter the bank statement ending date. So we're going to pull this from the physical statement. Again, this is a physical, real bank statement, so to speak. And then we're going to read the ending balance from it. You can copy and paste or just read it and type it. And you're going to put that here. Now, one thing that I find useful is to show both screens side by side, or if you have multiple screens, just imagine that you have one monitor on the right with the bank statement, one monitor on the left with your QuickBooks. You could also imagine printing this, having it like on a physical paper, and then going one by hand. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and enter the ending balance right there. It says statement ending. And then we're going to click on statement ending date and put the ending date, which will be April 30th. Again, we can read that off the bank statement in the top. Then we're going to click on start reconciling. And here's where the fun begins. So eventually what you want to get to is to this zero difference amount, where all the transactions that have been, that match the bank next to it, are there, and the ones that don't match the bank are left out. Now, what ends up happening is you reconcile, and the ones that are left out, you probably need to delete or take a look at to see why are they sitting on your bank register where they didn't match the bank. Now, this is easier said than done because in this particular example, I clicked on it and it was already done, right? But in the event that it's not already done, none of these transactions would be marked, and you would have to go do the reconciliation process from scratch. As I mentioned earlier, when you connect your banks, your process does get speed up quite a bit. Now I'm going to zoom this out a little bit at the detriment of maybe you're not being able to read so well. So I'm just going to just follow the example here for a second. So let's say, for example, I go to my bank statement. The first transaction of a bank statement is 1,267.03. And then I'm going to mark this, like in some cases, I can use my PDF software to just kind of mark it. But if you have it by hand, just sort of mark it off on your paper. And then you're going to mark it here. And then you're going to go one by one until you get the proverbial zero difference. Now, that's the process, right? So you're going to go one by one and do that. And if there's a transaction in your bank statement that's not in QuickBooks, then your job is to create that transaction in QuickBooks. And I have all sorts of videos that talk about creating transactions. If your transaction is in QuickBooks and it's not in your bank statement, then your job is to leave it out unreconciled. So I'll zoom back in. So again, once you're done, all your transactions are supposed to be there are there. They match your bank statement. You mark them all off in your bank statement. You know they're 100%. See your difference. You click on Finish Now, and voila, you reconciled your bank statement. That's all it takes, folks. Now, I want to plug something in. I have a little utility called RightTool. Actually, I'm a co-designer of it. And I added a really interesting feature that allows you to reconcile in speed. So what I mean by reconciling is marking these transactions if you happen to have those transactions in Excel. So let me explain what I mean. So first I'm going to go into RightTool and I'm going to turn this on. This feature is a pro feature. It's under Reconcile Pro, and you're going to turn on Reconcile Helper. Once you have that turned on, you would see a button up here that says Reconcile Helper. The Reconcile Helper will allow you to upload all the transactions that you already have in Excel because you downloaded them from your bank as a CSV file or Excel file. You paste it in there, and what RightTool will do is it will mark them for you in your behalf. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Reconcile Helper. And then here where it says bank statement, I'm going to upload a CSV file that contains the bank statement. Now, this is what the bank statement might look like when you download it from the bank directly. Essentially, it is the same thing as this PDF, but it's been converted into a CSV. Most banks allow you to download an Excel or a CSV file. So just imagine it's not the PDF statement that you have. We'll close that up, but it's the same transactions eventually. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to save, we're going to upload this into Reconcile Helper for it to execute the reconciliation for us. So I'm going to click on Choose File, pick my file that's in my desktop, and then it will, on the right-hand side, it will pull all the transactions that are on the statement, and it will mark green everything that matches my QuickBooks. On the right-hand side, it will mark red everything that doesn't match QuickBooks. So eventually, it does the reconciliation for you, and then you click here where it says Adjust All Transactions, and with a single click, RightTool will do the same task as you, like hands up, I'm not even doing it, and it'll mark all the transactions that were in that spreadsheet originally. So it's basically a quick way, if you happen to have, again, the transactions in a spreadsheet, in a CSV file, in an Excel file, to have it do the reconciliation for you automatically. So once it's done, we'll X out of the Reconcile Helper, and then everything is done for you automatically. Something else that Reconcile Helper does that's pretty interesting is it allows you to export the clear transactions, the unclear transactions, the original statement, so you can export all the red transactions. So if you want to get a list in Excel of all the ones that have not been cleared, you click on that button and you have a spreadsheet that shows you all the transactions that were not cleared. So it's a good reference point to have, even though they're sitting here. Now, the other really cool thing that it has, it pinpoints them for you. So if I click on any of them, I can void them or delete them straight from here. So if I already checked that these transactions shouldn't exist, they're junk or whatever, I can click on void or click on delete, and it will do the void or the deletion for you. How awesome is that? So then at this point, I can click on Finish Now, and my reconciliation is complete. Hope you learn how to reconcile. Hopefully this RightTool feature will help you reconcile faster, and I'll see you in the next one.